Good day, lords and ladies, and this is a series update notice for Rimworld Biotech, the last few. There's been a bit of a problem, folks. I'm not going to lie. Sometime in the last 3 or 4 days, there was a Rimworld update, and it has fundamentally broken a key aspect of Rimworld. And I've spent the last 2.5 days trying to figure out how to fix it, with no success. I've done everything. I've used the debug settings in the game. I've looked through the update history of the game on Steam to see which mods have been updated and to remove them from the mod pack to see if it fixes the bug. It doesn't. And it's a pretty game-breaking bug. For all extensive purposes, as I'll show you in a moment, it basically removes my ability to draft up my pawns. Even the keyboard commands doesn't work either. So it means that I can't really get my pawns into any kind of defensive position. I can't do anything like that. They can't get their weapons out. I can set them to be aggressive when things get close, but it's pretty much gone to automated state at this point. And for the life of me, I don't know how to fix it. The only solution I can come up with, which may work, is to basically take off every single mod in the game, purge the data caches, and then put them all back in until the mod that causes the problem pops up. The issue with that is that there are 170 plus mods in this mod pack. And, well, let's put it this way. When I turn Rimworld on in the morning to basically record it, it takes me between 20 and 25 minutes for the game to load up. So every time I fiddle with the mod pack and it wants me to do a restart, it's basically taking me nearly half an hour to get back into the game. So it's one of those things where I just don't have enough time in the day to manually go through my entire mod list and put it back in one mod after the other in order and find out what's going wrong with it. The other solution that I have is to literally just put the series on the back burner for a little bit. Hopefully there'll be a patch or an update or something happens in the near future that basically will mean that the bug disappears, because that tends to happen. But as it stands, the game series is pretty much unplayable. I can play it, but it's one of those things where it's not fun because obviously I can't draft people up, I can't play them defensively. I can show you what it looks like for those of you who are interested. 1 second. So here we are in the colony, or in the command HQ. Now this all looks fine, yeah? Everything looks fine and dandy, fantastic. But now we go to press one of the pawns, and as you can see, yeah, no draft button at all. It cannot be drafted. Even with the keyboard command, it does not work. And I do not know what's wrong with this. I have gone through the debug setting, I've gone through the dev modes, I have done everything physically possible to try and get my colonist to work, and it's not just one colonist, because I read up on this topic. I've gone on the forums, I've read around. It's not only 1 or 2 pawns suffer from it, this is every pawn suffers from it. I can't draft anyone. I can't even see their gear. I can see gear here in the gear tab, but it's not being displayed here. The sidearm mod isn't working either. So I don't know what is going on. Even the keyboard command isn't working, so it's all vanished. I've tried taking every conceivable mod that I think could do with it, so the different vanilla race expansion mods I've taken out, put back in. I've literally done everything I can to get this to work, and it's not working. And like I said, I do not have the time in the day to basically sit down and manually, like, forensically go through the mod pack to get this to work. I just don't have the time to do it. So I'm left with only pretty much like a couple of options. One is to completely abandon the series and start again from scratch, which I'm reluctant to do because I actually enjoy this. I enjoy this series quite a lot. And we got so much done as well, which was really nice. Like a really nice big base. All the things I wanted to do worked. It was really good. But at the same time, my only other option is to literally put the series on the back burner for a little bit and hope that a update or something is rolled out and it basically fixes this bug. Because that's really the only two options I have, because I just don't have a clue what's going on. I've even gone through the debug settings, looked through for any sort of things, like any kind of like bugs or errors in the debug log, which would basically indicate what's happening. It's not showing it. All the things that are there are things that already existed, like basically issues with some of the trees and stuff like that. But I don't know what's going on. I really don't. And it's frustrating. I'm not going to lie. I really wanted this to work. I really wanted this to be like, oh, this is going to be like my Rimworld or medieval Rimworld series that I did, which was like, it was really good fun, and we got to the end of it and we completed it, and it was great. I wanted it to be like that. But as it stands right now, I can't really work with the colony unless I put it onto cancel mode and then we just do it like that, because that's boring. Like, Rimworld is all about risk and like trying to survive. So not being able to have any risk because your colonies, besides like just turning them to like the fire, like the attack option constantly, it just doesn't work for me. So I don't know, like if anyone have any suggestions, I can show you what the debug log looks like for those of you who are interested. For those of you who've never seen it before, if you just go in here and you can see the debug log in action. There's like some basic stuff here, like some of the inquisitorial gear. And then you have the stuff to do with the trees, which is basically, that's always had an issue. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. There's been just like in the last couple of weeks, there've been a couple of updates, and it's really made the mod pack unstable. Like, I managed to fix it the last time this happened, by taking out I can't remember what I took out now, but I took out I took out a minor mod. Yeah, it was ideology. It was one of the things in ideology mods that I took out that basically meant that certain gene packs were compatible. I took that out and it was fine. Everything was working fine. But I don't know. I've gone through, I've tried to basically fix it myself and nothing is working. I spent 2.5 days trying to get it fixed. I just don't have a clue really any more than that. Like, I just don't have a clue what I'm doing, to be honest, beyond what I've already done. But yeah, if anyone has any ideas or suggestions, besides the obvious completely uninstalling the mod list and then putting them back in one at a time, which I just don't have the time to do, folks. I'm sorry, but I just don't have the time to spend an entire day manually putting mods back together in like a mod list back together piece by piece, because that's how long it will take me to basically do it. Like, it will probably take me days to do it that way, and I just don't have the time to do it. So for the time being, unless I can find a solution, I'm going to have to probably put this on. I'm probably going to have to mothball this series, which I hate doing. Probably mothball the series until I can fix it, or something happens and it fixes itself. In the meantime, I'll probably have another series, either for another game, because I don't really want to take this mod pack offline. So probably have another game series coming up on the channel to fill in the gap and do some game reviews and stuff like that. I am sorry about this, folks. I really didn't want this to happen because I really enjoyed what we were doing here. And we were just starting to get to the really good bit where the colony had been built up. We were basically making enough resources and stuff and had all the tech going. I was really happy. So this is actually really heartbreaking for me that this has basically now happened. But it's just how it is. If any of you can think of anything that may be causing, any ideas like how I may be able to fix this, please let me know, because it would help me a lot. Because I know a bit about modding, but I'm not a programmer. I don't code. So a lot of this kind of script, this kind of thing is a bit beyond me. So I don't know if I just missed something in the errors and the debug log which has caused a problem, or... I mean, I've gone through and I've literally taken everything out that wasn't... because the tree bug was something that's been around for ages. It always happens when I use this mod that adds the nice looking trees in the game. I don't know. I just find it really weird. I've never had this bug before where the draft button has vanished. So I haven't got a clue what's going on. And for those of you who have enjoyed the series, I am sorry. But there's nothing that I can do about it, realistically speaking, beyond what I've already done. So if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comment section. Or any suggestions, please let me know. Otherwise, hopefully the series can come back. If not, I'll post a follow-up video to this, basically saying, look, the series has to be cancelled, I'm sorry. But I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Rimworld Biotech, the last few, and I hopefully will see you again next time for the continuation of the series. If not, I don't know, I'll probably throw together another mod pack and we'll do something new. Maybe go back to medieval times, or do sort of the weird west setting I had an idea for, which was basically western frontier settlers on in a highly fantasy world of monsters and stuff like that. But we'll see. And I'll see you all again next time. Goodbye.